How to overcome laziness. Call it laziness, sloth, ineptitude, idleness, or whatever you like, but the idea of doing nothing when things need to be done is often considered to be a sign of weakness or shirking. Sometimes laziness happens when you don't want to face something, like a boring chore or a difficult confrontation with someone. Setting your mind straight. 1. Figure out the real issue. Every time you start being lazy, stand back and do a little assessment of what's been really happening. Laziness is generally a symptom and not the problem itself. What's the cause of your lack of motivation? Are you tired, overwhelmed, afraid, hurting, or just plain uninspired and stuck? Most likely, the sticking issue is smaller than you think, and you can get past it more easily than you realize. 2. Focus on the actual problem. Now that you're thinking about the cause of your laziness, start focusing on it. It can be tough to break old habits, but look for small steps you can take so you get used to being productive. It may not be the quick fix you were looking for, but it'll be permanent. 3. Get organized. Having clutter around us, even when it's just visual, can be a huge downer to our motivational skills. Whatever it is that could do for some organization, organize it. Whether it's your desk, your car, your whole house, or your routine, clean her up. 4. Monitor that self-talk. Sometimes behaviors cause thoughts and sometimes thoughts cause behavior. Cover your bases and get rid of the negative inner dialogue. Thinking, God, I'm so lazy. Worthless isn't going to get you anywhere. So stop it. Only you have control of that ticker tape going on behind your eyes. 5. Practice mindfulness. So many of us don't take time to stop and smell the roses. We scarf down a great meal just to get to dessert, just to get to the wine, just to get to bed with an overly full stomach. We're always thinking about the next great thing instead of living in this wonderful moment that is right now. When we start living in the moment, we want to take advantage of it. 6. Think of the benefits. Alright, so we got you focused on the present. Now let's focus on a better present. What would happen if you took advantage of right now? What would happen if instead of wasting away the morning in bed you got up and did yoga, finished your work, or cooked a great breakfast? What would happen if you did that practically every day for the next 6 months? Getting geared up. 1. Jump out of bed. Research tells us that hitting the snooze button is bad for us. You'd think lying there and enjoying the warmth of the covers would make you more energized later, but the opposite happens. We're actually more tired throughout the day. Instead, jump out of bed and start a consistent morning routine. Your mind will follow the cues your body is giving it. If you jump out of bed, you must be ready and raring to go. 2. Set some achievable goals. By setting yourself some worthy yet attainable goals, you have something to look forward to. Pick goals which really inspire you and that make the most of your talents and skills. Make a to-do list, both of large and small things, and prioritize each one in terms of time needed and importance to you personally. 3. Make a checklist of the desires, goals and motivations you want to move towards. As you power through them, check. Keeping the goals forefront in your mind requires actually focusing on them, and a list can keep you energized through its ease of checking. Place copies of your goal sheet or routine everywhere, one on the fridge, on your nightstand, by your computer, on your bathroom mirror, even on the bedroom door. Just place them where you look or go to often. 4. Regularly revisit the importance and value of the problem or goal. Once you've settled on a goal or faced the problem in need of tackling, it doesn't miraculously direct you without effort on your behalf. Part of the success behind having a goal or finding a solution depends on reminding yourself of why it matters. If you lose sight of the goal or solution, it's easy to become embedded in distractions and dead ends that make it seem too hard to continue, allowing laziness to set in. 5. Tell yourself you can do something. Action changes everything. One moment you're passive and frozen, the next you're digging in and changing things simply because you moved, decided something or got out there. You are not defined by what went on before, you are always in a position to reinvent yourself and make change happen. You just gotta think it and believe it. 6. Iron your clothes. Let's say you're sitting on the couch, staring at your computer and all the would-be spreadsheets you wished would create themselves right now. Give it up. Instead, do something teeny, like ironing your clothes. You'll get out the iron, get out the board, get out your shirt, and 5 minutes into it you'll think, why am I wasting time ironing my clothes? You'll put it down, be a little more awake from the activity, and get going on what you actually wanted to get done. 7. Exercise. The benefits of exercise are innumerable, really, but one of the main ones is to feel more energized 24/7. It gets your blood flowing, your metabolism up, and your body in an energized state that lasts practically all day. If getting going in the morning is an issue for you, exercise for even 15 minutes. You'll feel more lively through the afternoon. 8. Dress the part. Sometimes we lack motivation for life. Just life. We become complacent in our jobs, our living situation, our relationships, and we just sort of fester in our own little world, knowing we should be trying harder to expand. The easiest way to start on that path to change? Dress differently. Taking action. 1. Start. Everything begins somewhere, even if it's pulling the staples out of the piece of paper you have to get on with reading or wiping the fog off the windshield so you can drive the car out of your driveway. Overcoming the initial inertia that is natural for most human beings faced with difficult situations or tasks will immediately ease the pain of avoiding it. It will also highlight how to keep tackling it further. Eating the elephant one bite at a time will create momentum and you'll accumulate the confidence to stay motivated and find things less intimidating. 2. Take your time. It's vital to break down your job into small steps. The smaller things are, the more accessible they are and the more doable they seem. When you actively seek a way to do a task or reach a goal that involves a sense of control and takes a relaxed approach, you'll feel capable rather than threatened. Often laziness is about feeling overwhelmed by everything and giving up because the mental hurdle before you seems too huge. The answer is to trust in the power of small. 3. Give yourself pep talks. You are your own coach, your own source of inspiration. You can gear yourself into action by telling yourself inspiring things and affirming your actions. Tell yourself such things as, I want to do this, I am doing this now, and I can take a break when this is done and that break will be deserved all the more for completing this task. Say these things out loud if needed. You'll feel motivated by giving voice to your actions. 4. Ask for help when you need it. Many people carry around an unwarranted fear that it's wrong to ask for the help of others. Whether this has developed as a result of an earlier unkind encounter, a stifling educational experience or a fiercely competitive workplace, it's an unhealthy attitude toward life. We are social beings and part of our existence is about sharing and helping one another. Getting from me to we takes a little practice, but it's an important part of growing and ceasing to struggle alone. 5. Get real with yourself. Stay off the couch until you're ready to take a break. Even when you do sit, set a time when you'll return to your task or other activities such as reading a textbook, running a load of laundry or writing to a friend, etc. Self-discipline involves doing what you should do, when you should do it, whether you feel like it or not. No matter how early your training begins, this remains the most difficult lesson to master. Strike a healthy balance between being lenient and strict with yourself and prioritize business over pleasure. 6. Compliment yourself every step of the way. Before you gulp at the possible arrogance of this, remember that this isn't a vanity fest, it's about maintaining your motivation. Whenever you finish a step, a small goal, a signpost along the way, find ways to cheer yourself on. Completing a task or effort will feel remarkably good each time. Staying motivated. 1. Learn to reward yourself for the very small things you complete or try. Occasional rewards will sweeten the tasks and help keep you on track. If you manage to do something that you didn't the day before or that you were absolutely dreading, you deserve a nice treat. By rewarding yourself after completion of small milestones along the way to the big one, you build an automatic reinforcement that you're doing the right thing. Keep most rewards simple but effective, such as extended breaks, catching a movie, splurging on a calorie-laden snack or similar things. 2. Write down your goals each week. A list of weekly goals will help you stay focused and motivated. As you go, it's inevitable that your goals will change. You'll also pinpoint the ways that are most effective for achieving them. As they morph, so should your list. 3. Realize that life is about trading costs and benefits. To enjoy any benefit, there is usually a cost to be suffered. The pain, suffering cost is usually emotional, often physical and sometimes psychic. Often that pain involves a feeling of being left out or going without while others don't seem to be putting up with the same challenges. And that pain can cause you to avoid, distract and seek safety in a comfort zone. To push past your comfort zone, you'll need to face the pain before you can reach the possibilities. 4. Know that the work is worth it. Most experts, professionals and geniuses will readily admit that most of their achievements are 99% sweat and 1% talent. Undisciplined talent gets few people anywhere. Excellence in academics, financial autonomy, sports, the performing arts and relationships demands steady and consistent thoughtfulness and work that strains even the best of us emotionally and physically. Your will to survive and flourish needs to translate to your will to work and suffer when to do so as both necessary and useful. 5. Declutter your schedule. Having too many activities or distractions in your daily life can make it easy to avoid the things you need to do. Try to declutter your schedule by delegating important tasks and removing non-necessary ones. Turn off distractions, and focus on your goals. 6. Stay on track. There will be times when it gets harder and post-reward you can sometimes feel a bit flat about returning to the task at hand. In such times, you'll need to draw on inner reserves to remind yourself of the goal or solution sought to stay focused. Make the most of feeling that you're on a roll. When you're in that state, use it to leap to another task or goal as soon as you're done rewarding yourself. 7. Don't give up. It's one thing to find your motivation, but it's quite something else to keep it going when the going gets tough, especially in the face of unforeseen problems. Realize that interruptions happen, often for no reason, and they'll upend your efforts. Rather than letting setbacks demotivate you, see them for what they are and refuse to be flattened by them. You're not alone, and staying focused on working through challenges is one of the best ways of coping and bouncing back.